Hey guys, my name's Lincoln37. There are a lot of patches coming to Apex Legends today, and I'm going to read through a couple of them real quick, mostly regarding the Legends. First of all, Gibraltar's been patched. He has a new passive momentum boost. If Gibraltar maintains sprint speed for a couple of seconds, he will get a speed boost. This will only trigger while he's unarmed or if weapon doesn't have sprint speed restrictions. Gibraltar's punch will deal double the damage to Hardlight. His tactical cooldown on Dome and Protection is reduced. His cooldown was 17 seconds, now it's 13, but his Dome protection is also reduced, which I assume either means that it has less health or it doesn't last as long. Ultimate. There is an increase in his ultimate. His radius is up by 20%. The call-in time for his missiles has been sped up, so now when he throws it, there will be less time in between when he throws it and when they come down. Thunderdome becomes electrified when placed and will deal 50 damage and slow the first enemy to enter. Healing Dome duration increases 4 seconds, and any player within the Healing Dome will get double small meds healing. Triple Bombardment splits the ultimate into 3 charges, reducing the radius and number of missiles for each. They removed, though, Big Brudda, Bumble Bunker, and Baby Bubble. Also, we have Wraith, who's getting a massive update. So the integrated tactical cooldown reduction upgrade into her base kit was 20 seconds, now it's 15 seconds. So basically, instead of her phase being taking 20 seconds to redo, now it's 15. Her integrated ultimate cooldown reduction upgrade into her base kit was 2.5 minutes. Now it's a minute and a half. Is that not? That's actually kind of insane when you think about it. A minute and a half. You just decreased the minute for her portal. That's ridiculous. There's also quicker activation for both. Phase Dome, when Wraith starts channeling her ultimate, she will create a Phase Dome. This dome will last for 30 seconds or until Wraith places her portal. Anyone who enters the Phase Dome will go into the void. Phase Jumper. Wraith will stay in the void for longer when using her tactical. Was 4 seconds, now it's 6 seconds, and gain a double jump while in the void. Now on to Wattson. The dev note, we wanted to give Wattson some unique ways to interact with hard light meshes and provide some quality of life updates to her kit. First of all, her tactical. Placing a fence in front of hard light will reinforce it if the mesh is broken. The fence will rebuild and reinforce it. Increased fence damage was 20, now it's 35. That's a big jump, guys, because that actually will do significant damage if someone has broken shields and goes through a fence. Reduced fence deployment was 1 second, now it's 0.5 seconds. Guys, this is ridiculous. Wattson's a new controller legend to watch. When Wattson's ultimate is placed, it will reinforce hardlight meshes in the zone of the pylon. If the mesh is broken, it will rebuild and reinforce the mesh again. So that's wild in itself because it didn't do that before. None of that was a thing. Her ultimate didn't do anything but just give you shield. So they buffed it majorly here. There are a couple different weapon changes coming to the game, including a couple different weapons, mainly including the new Hemlock. The Hemlock now has no burst mode or single fire mode. New firing mode is automatic. Slow fire rate, body damage is 23, headshot damage is 32. Integrated silencer. So it automatically has a silencer, making it a quieter weapon. New firing mode, breach charge, single shot explosive with a 15-second cooldown. Damage to players is 38 with radial fall off. Significant damage multiplier to hard light structures. Okay, that's wild. Okay, now on to the Marksman. So let's go back and see if they changed what that looks like. All right. The dev note for the marksman. With our latest pass on... Okay, so they changed the 30... So they did something with 30-30. With our latest pass on marksman, we were successful in bringing down the overall oppressiveness for how long the range weapon, but in the 30-30's case, we've dulled its fangs just a bit too much. So we're giving back some base damage, so it's still consistent with a viable option. Wow, wait. Without an incredible spikes, those charges headshots can create. Wait. They increased the base damage by 2 points. They made that sound a lot more exciting. Like, I thought that was going to be really exciting, but they only upped it by 2 points. Pistols. Okay. Well, let's see what they're doing with pistols. Dev note for the pistols. The RE45 burst was our first foray into elite weapon system, and we had always intended to swap back the OG automatic light version of the weapon. However, in this case, we feel the energy burst version of the RE45 is a compelling iteration that carves out more of an ownable place in the weapon roster. Moving back to light version only muddies the design space around the R99 alternator and the rest of the light weapons. Moving forward, the RE45 will be a permanent energy weapon. Okay. So I'm not a fan of the RE45, but that's okay. The elite version is now default version of the RE45. Removed elite weapon visual treatment. Okay. So then they did something to the P20 as well. They decreased the points required to unlock hammer point to 425. It was 500. And the base magazine size is increased from 8 to 9. Okay, that's actually really cool because that means they probably updated the extended mags for them too. The EVA 8 shotgun. We're on to shotguns now. Great. Okay. So moving on to the EVA 8 shotgun. All right. The EVA 8 shotgun. Improved base reload speed. That's all they put down. I don't know why it had its like own area, but that's all they put down. Is it? So now the reload speed is faster than it was previously. Going to SMGs. The dev note for the SMGs. We had added an automatic trigger to the Prowler. We also increased the delay between the bursts to keep its overlay in check, since we were increasing its ease of use substantially. However, we didn't see as big a draw to it as we expected, so we're giving it back home of its snappiness so it feels competitive of the CQC. See, I can't read any of that. That makes no sense. I think what they're saying is the Prowler, they basically buffed the Prowler. It didn't do as well. Like, it didn't make more people play it as much as they wanted it to. So they switched it out, and now it's just going to go back to how it was originally. Maps. Ooh, this one's going to be big. Chat, you ready? This is about maps. Okay. Let's go back to it. All right. Moved Elysium is a new location on the northeast corner of the map near Rift. The purpose of this change is to eliminate the forced contest between Summers University and Elysium in ranked and competitive. We have modified the terrain in this area to support the change, which includes the removal of minor POI previously in this location. Okay. So that's pretty cool. Pubs and ranked. Oh, the new rotation's in. The new rotation is Olympus, Stormpoint, and World's Edge. So they took out. That's wild. So they took out E-District. That's crazy. Wow, they took out. Okay. I've never played Stormpoint either, so this should be really fun for me. Mixtape. Team deathmatches are Skulltown, Fragment, and Estates. Control mixtapes are now Thunderdome and Lava Siphon, and Gunrun mixtapes are Monument, Skulltown, and Thunderdome. The wild card is Broken Moon wild card. The Charge Up event, Broken Moon wild card, and April Friends Day, which is April 1st, obviously. We're flipping this year's celebration. Zip in and make some new friends. So I guess they're switching it from like April Fool's Day, April Friends. The rank ladder coming later this split. Ranked event 6 is next month, the 2nd through the 5th. And then it will be the 9th through the 12th of next month. It will be the 16th through the 19th, the 23rd to the 26th, and the 30th to the 3rd of the month after that. They did fix some bugs. Bloodhound killing dummies in the fire range will now trigger all appropriate knock-on behavior. Catalyst removed dead spot for piercing spikes. Catalyst in firing range with friendly fire on piercing spikes will no longer activate because of the owner got within range. Octane fixed issues with stim surge, will remain alt hand while using akimbo. Okay. Quality of life cleaned up iron sight on the 30-30's long distance agony. Skin to align with others. Can now use double jump off Octane jump pad while healing. That's cool. Alternate SMG removed an extra hit marker usually reserved for blast pattern shotguns when it's in double tap mode. Okay. That's basically most of it. There are things about the bots. So here's some updates on the bots, guys. I'm going to try to keep this as short as I can. New in combat healing system. The Apex bots will attempt to find cover, heal damage during the combat. Use these moments to push. So now instead of just running right at you, the Apex bots are now going to try to hide behind things in pubs matches. New target acquisition and awareness system. The bots will make more intelligent decisions around the target to focus on. They'll be harder to sneak up on. Improved strafing. Apex bots can move toward their target while strafing, letting them close distance in more aggressive ways. Okay. Last thing is audio. Audio. Fix the audio mix setting not saving properly on console. Lowered volume of hard lighting mesh breaking. Increase the volume of footsteps from enemies outside your field of view. And volume further increases as the source of the footsteps gets further behind you. Oh, okay. So basically making getting sneaked up on almost impossible. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. That's all the updates to Apex. Hope you guys check out the Apex videos that I posted before this, and I will keep you guys posted on any new updates that they bring to the game. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.